It's all right. I'll leave that be. Okay, so these are the cards that I work with, but the first thing I like to do no matter what is I do a prayer. So this is the prayer. I ask for and invite, and tell me your first name again.
Angela.
Angela, okay. I ask for and invite the Holy Presence and guidance of the Holy Spirit, Mother Mary, and Jesus into this room. I also ask for and invite the Archangel Michael to watch over us during this reading. I also ask for and invite the love and guidance of both of our angel and spirit guides. I now seal this room in the white light of love. If any spirit enters our session who is not here for our highest and best purpose, I ask that Archangel Michael and his band of mercy escort these spirits to the light for their own progress and prosperity. We ask for and affirm clear guidance for the highest purpose for which Angela is here today. I ask that this information be given to me clearly and that I be helped to convey it accurately to Angela. Amen. Okay, so let me ask you something. Has your mother's mother passed away?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm actually, what happened, I don't know if you noticed, but when I started to read the prayer, there was a point that I started to breathe in a little deeply. That's usually my sign that somebody has come in. Mm-hmm. So what I'm feeling is that you have someone on your mother's side of the family. It's an older woman, and it's interesting because when I first got, it was almost like it was a great grandmother. Mm-hmm. But I have to tell you, for me, when I hear that, mm-hmm. I go, oh, only because mm-hmm. you're not going to necessarily be able to confirm whatever I get. And that's the first step in mediumship, that I want to be able to tell you stuff that you're going to be able to say, yes, that's her.
Right? I know a lot about her.
Oh, okay.
I do know a lot about her.
So what I'm going to do is ask you to stick your hand out. And here's a drop of oil, and I want you to go like this, and I usually do this in the beginning, but it just feels like it's appropriate right now. And I want you to inhale it 3 times deeply. And when you do that, I'm going to see what she wants to say to me. Okay, so I'm going to be straight up. I don't feel like, let me see, I may not spend too much time with her because I'm not feeling a very strong connection. But what I can tell you is that I'm feeling, she's showing me a woman that's dressed as if it was the 1800s. Mm. So if you can imagine, did you ever watch Downton Abbey?
Yeah.
So you know how it first started out and the clothing that they were wearing in the beginning of the season, and in the first season how their clothing was, maybe even earlier than that, because she's showing me a woman in one of these hats, and she's showing me a woman that's dressed like in clothes that they have like a thing in the back. Right? And so what she's saying to me is that you have lineage in this country that goes back generations. Does that make sense to you at all?
In this country?
In this country.
In lineage in this, yes.
Okay,
sure.
Because like for instance, in my situation, I don't have that kind of lineage in this country. Like I'm like 2nd generation American, right? So
I am too. I mean, I'm talking, if you mean lineage, well, it goes back 2 generations?
2 generations. Okay, so let me see what she means when she's showing me this, because this is all about interpretation, but I'm not feeling her very strongly, and if I don't feel the connection's very strong, then I'd rather just move on.
Sure.
Because the other thing too is that there's an added element. There's someone else in the room. There's the camera, right?
No question.
And sometimes that can affect me as well.
Sure,
you know?
of course.
Okay, so let me just see. What is it that you want to say to me if you're still here? Okay, so the energy that I'm getting, she's a strong personality. Mm-hmm. She's someone that you cannot trifle with, this woman on your mother's side of the family. She's showing me that she isn't tall, that this is, she's saying, I'm not as petite as Angela, but she's saying that she is not a tall woman. Mm-hmm. And she's showing me white hair. Do you know at any point if she had white hair at all?
She did.
Okay, so that's what she's showing me. She's also showing me that as she got older in age, she didn't have as much, and you could say this would be typical of a lot of people, but she's saying in her case that she wasn't particularly how can I say it? Like, she wasn't so worried about the way that she looked as she got older. And so what she's actually showing me is like she's wearing like a house dress, almost like and it's blue. It's like this kind of blue, and it like it has like little flowers on it or something, or little something on it. But what she's showing me is like, it's almost like a muumuu, and she's like, I could care less. Like when she got older, she wasn't that concerned. But what she's telling me was that when she was younger, she was someone who took very good care of the way that she looked. She took a lot of pride. Now that you could say that for a lot of people, but there are some people up until the day they die, they have to get their nails done, they have to get their hair done, and they're very meticulous. But she said that when she got older, she didn't care about those things at all. And she's actually showing me slippers that she would wear too. So let's just say that she was quite comfortable with being at home and hanging out and when she got up there. This is really funny. Was she do you know if she was a well-endowed woman?
I think she, I've only seen pictures of her. I actually met her once only when I was 3.
Okay.
She in the picture she looks like she did have quite she was busty.
Yes, and that's what she's showing me that. Yep. It's very funny. I've never gotten that before. Okay, so what else can you tell me? Is there any connection with baseball in your family? Was there someone who was like a really big fan of baseball? Because she's showing me baseball, and it's like kind of a thing. In other words, when I was growing up,
that wasn't a thing.
No, like we never watched baseball. I only learned about baseball recently. Whereas like in your family, there's a male figure that I feel, but actually she's telling me it wasn't gender specific. It's not about the men in the family where I would stereotype that. She's saying it's men and women were into baseball. Are you guys, and then, okay, so she's showing me the colors of the Mets. Are you guys Mets fans?
I'd say more Yankees.
Yankees? So why is she showing me Mets? Let me ask.
Maybe she liked the Mets.
There might be a reason behind it. I'm going to ask her. Is there a reason why you're showing me the Mets? She's just saying it's an example of a baseball team. Oh, you know why? Because there are other teams that have the same colors that the Yankees have, maybe? I don't know for sure, but she's trying to... Let me ask you something. Did your family frequent baseball games?
They did, yes. I wouldn't say I was, I sort of joined in just to be part of it.
She's not saying that you particularly. It's like a family thing.
It's definitely a family thing.
And I feel like it's a little bit removed from you. But this is what I want to say though. She's showing me some kind of cushion that you would bring to the game and sit on. Did anyone have anything like that?
That could be. When I was very young, I would go to baseball games, and I may have. I'm going to ask my mother because that's interesting.
She's showing me like a cushion. It's square, and it's like you bring it to the game to sit on it, so you're going to be more comfortable.
Right.
And I'm not sure that it's really the Mets. It could be another team, but she's showing me colors. She's showing me orange, and she's showing me blue.
Oh, that's interesting.
And she's showing me white. Well, it's orange and blue. So kind of like the Mets colors, but it may not be the Mets. So why don't we, definitely ask her and let me know. So I want to see if there's anything else that she can tell me. Who has the shoes? There's a lot of shoes in the family. She's showing me shoes and shoes and shoes and shoes and shoes. Let me ask you this. Did anyone pass down to you shoes? Was there a thing about shoes in the family, like people having lots of them and never getting rid of them, or?
Yeah, I'd say that's my mother.
Okay.
She's got a lot of shoes, a lot of everything. And she would never get rid of anything. Okay. She definitely has a lot.
You realize you're gonna. Did you inherit some of that stuff? Because you will be.
Oh boy, I can see myself going in that direction. And I really try not to be a collector.
Okay. But there's gonna be some really cool shoes coming your way.
Oh, okay.
Because your mother has some really. Did she platform shoes still?
No, nothing like that. She just doesn't. She has a hard time letting that things go.
But I don't know why, but they're saying, like, don't poo-poo what you get if you get stuff. I hate to be talking about your mother like you're going to be getting stuff, but
I'm sure.
But anyway, so she's showing me lots of shoes. Okay, so let me ask her anything else because let me see about the shoes. Anything else you want to tell me? This is really weird. I've never seen this before. Is there anything about I think my client is here. Is there anything about ketchup? Is there like a thing about ketchup in your family?
Ketchup. You know,
Or okay, because you know what? Because everything when things come in, sometimes they're just giving me symbols.
Sure.
Now they're playing for me that song, Anticipation. Remember the Heinz commercial?
Sure.
With Carly Simon?
I do.
Song Anticipation?
Yes.
So there's something about that they're showing me about that ketchup. And let me ask more about it. So what is it you want to tell me about this? She's saying that you need to have more patience in your life, I think. I think that's what it is. It's almost like, remember how you have to wait for that ketchup to come pouring down and how it's so worth it?
Yes.
So now she's transitioning out of giving me symbols to verify her existence to giving advice. That's what it seems like at this point. Okay. So let me see if there's anything else that she wants to say. Are you a multitasker?
I would say, yeah. I think
she's saying that you have your hands in all different kinds of things.
I do.
And that you're always doing lots of things.
That's
and
true.
that she's saying that you need to try to whittle some of the stuff and focus a little bit more because sometimes you think you're going to get more done by doing lots of different things, but what it does is it actually frustrates you because it's almost as if you just get a little bit of each thing done. Right. Whereas if you spend more time, and when I mean time, I mean months at a time, focusing on something, on a field. It's like you're multi-talented. You don't just do this work. I feel like you do other stuff. Do you do other things?
Yeah.
Do you perform yourself at all? I don't know what.
I do, yeah.
Okay.
So I used to do more of that.
Did you ever do anything like stand-up?
Yeah, I did.
I don't know if that's on. Okay. She's saying you're quite funny.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, Grandma.
She's saying that you're quite funny and you sell yourself out short and she's saying that you don't want to give that up. I don't know if you have, but she's saying you don't want to give that up and you need to go back and start doing that because she's saying with your age and wisdom, you've also lost more inhibition. And she's saying that you have a lot more cojones than you realize now than when you started out.
Well, that's interesting.
And so she's saying you need to go up there and just lay it out and say it how it is. Because you've got a lot of keen observations. You're very funny. You're astute. And you don't take shit. She's actually saying that you are a lot stronger than you think. So what she's saying is that but let me just say this, it's not like you have to drop everything and focus on that thing, but she's saying it's almost like you need to pare it down to like maybe 3, and then you need to give that more energy because that will take you further because what you're doing right now is doing just a little and a little and a little and a little, and it's not moving forward at the pace that you want it to. Okay, my client is here, so let me see if there's anything else she wants you to do. She's saying you're very hard on yourself. You're very hard on yourself.
That's very true.
And she's saying that you need to have a little bit more mercy on yourself because actually what you're putting out, you're getting back. When you're hard on yourself, other people are hard on you.
That's interesting.
And so what she's saying is if you want the universe and you want other people to have more mercy for your imperfections as a human, you need to have them for yourself first.
That's interesting.
Okay, so I need to take care of him, but we didn't even do so what do you want to do about that? I didn't even show you what I do with my hands.
Right. Well, maybe you can come back another time?
Yeah, why not?
Is that okay?
Yeah.
And does this have to do with the angel therapy?
Well, actually, this is only a quarter of it.
This is only a quarter of it.
Then what happens is I transition out of talking to the loved one, and then I might say bye to them, and then I'll start communicating with your guides, but I don't necessarily get information as to who your guides are.
Okay.
But then I'll start, honestly, the cards are the last thing I do, because I have such a connection that it's literally like the information comes to me, and then what I'll do at the end is I'll flip the cards, and I swear to you, some of the things that I say will come up in the cards.
That's amazing. And
so it'll be a confirmation, or it'll even open things up to more. But these are not tarot cards.
No,
they're different.
They're what are they called?
They're called oracle cards.
Oracle.
And if you see, they're a lot more simpler.
Can I just shoot them really quick? I don't want to keep them. So, oh, they're really beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, great. I you know what? You just explained it beautifully. So that makes great, and then I can see that's how you wrap up or bring everything together in the session. Everything you've talked about is the last thing you do is the oracle cards.
Right. Yes. And then, of course, I do the hands-on stuff, which I have no problem showing that to you as well.
Can you describe the hands-on stuff?
Well, it's called Reiki. It's a Japanese healing modality.
Yes.
But you're fully clothed, and then the practitioner will put their hands in different areas to clear that energy. And then what I also do is I put crystals on the different chakras.
Yes.
And then what I also do is a chakra clearing, a shamanic chakra clearing, where I have you choose. You can pass me that over there.
This?
Yes. Okay. This is where I keep my shamanic stuff. And it's folded in a very specific way.
Yes.
To hold my stones and my pendulum.
Okay.
And what I do is I have the practitioner, as the practitioner, what I do is I ask the client, first of all, what is it they want to work on? What do they want to release? Do they want to release inhibitions? Do they want to release stress in their life? Mm-hmm. Is there an area in their life that they feel that they could let something go or improve on? And then I have them choose a stone that resonates with them. Oh. And then what I do is I use the pendulum and my hands, and I scan their body for the different chakras to see which ones are blocked. And then I put the crystal down, and I start literally pulling stuff out of the chakra that will block it, because it actually, energetically, it can feel like molasses even, and I put it in that flame over there, you see.
And then you put it in here.
Yeah, I work with that to put it in the flame.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. That's really wonderful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That sounds like such a great experience, and I had a great experience just at the beginning. So thank
wonderful.
You.
Yeah. And
thank you so much.
What I do is I get information. I get information after I work on a person as well. More information about them that can help. I think he left early, so I have to respect him that he's coming here. So.
Okay, absolutely.